A traumedy is when the energies of a trauma and a tragedy collide. When this happens, life-changing experiences occur and everyone goes through it, especially children. Unfortunately, sometimes they don't have someone to talk to. I am Tina, the founder of TRAUMEDY No More for Kids, which is a program that teaches children how to tap into those uncomfortable feelings like anxiety, stress, or depression. And then we teach them how to do things so they can push through this pain, like meditation, breath work, journaling, or even fun stuff like making slime. I hear all these buzzwords: social emotional learning, trauma-informed lessons. All of these things are to support the children. So if you're looking for something like that, I want you to take a deeper look into my program by going to mollygainsprogram@gmail.com. And this is a testimonial video from one of our students that actually went through the program. Hey there, can you tell us your name?
My name is Zaire.
Hi Zaire, how you feeling today?
I'm feeling good.
I love it. And what did you like best about the Molly Gaines program?
What I liked best about the program is about how you basically, like, you were comfortable with us, like you didn't come off demanding respect and everything. You let us speak and you shared.
I love it. Do you get to share your feelings a lot at home or in school?
Yeah, basically.
You do. And I heard you say today the I am statements. Do you currently still do them, or what is an I am statement?
An I am statement is reminding yourself, like, you could do it every day, every week, every month, or however you do it. It reminds you that you are powerful and amazing.
Wonderful. And what are some of your favorite I am statements?
One of my favorite I am statements is I am great, I am worthy, and I am amazing.
Wonderful. Did you share any of the things that you've learned in this program with other people or children?
Yes, I have.
Tell me about that.
I shared it with my cousin and my sister, and they said that it's helped them a lot.
Wonderful. Are you excited about going to the academy?
I'm not completely sure if I'm going to the academy, but overall, yes.
Wonderful. Thank you so much for your time. Hey, grand rising to you. I'm super excited to be here today. As you know, we have our expo coming up, and all week it's about promoting our vendors, promoting our enrichment activities. I have two special guests today. If you didn't know, I am Stars Tina, a life and health coach, that person that's going to take you from good to great to amazing. And God has put it on my heart to change the world in my way. And what I'm doing is I'm putting an event together in Rahway, New Jersey. Renee, you can bring up our first guest right now. We have Neemi. Hey girl, hey, how you doing? How you feeling?
Morning.
Wonderful. So she actually has a studio, a yoga studio in Rahway, and she's leading one of our enrichment activities. Now, the purpose of this event, by the way, it's free. Sign up on the bottom right there. This is a free event for all ages of children. It's really focused on elementary and middle school children to teach them how to tap into their feelings, to tap into their emotions, those uncomfortable feelings. Forgive me, guys. I think something bit me. I think, Neemi, because I have been like scratching here all morning. So I know, like, stop touching your clothes, but something's biting me. Forgive me. Anyway, the program is to teach children how to tap into their feelings, those uncomfortable feelings, those not so nice feelings like anxiety, stress, or depression. And then once we teach them how to tap into their feelings, then we teach them how to push through the pain. And each activity, the person is going to teach them something to get their mind off it. So before you tell us what you're doing at the event, Neemi, can you please introduce yourself? Tell us what you do, how you got started, and all that yummy stuff. Go.
Hi. Well, first I want to say good morning, everyone. Good morning, Tina. Thank you for this invite. My name is Shanique. I call myself Neemi. Most people know me as Neemi in the wellness space, so my name is Neemi. And I have a fun story where I was at a conference and my feet was hurting me. So I found this tail massage place, and I was just going in for a foot massage that was for reflexology. And when I say I left there because he twisted me up like a pretzel and it felt so good, I was like, when I get home, I have to find a yoga class because I need this stretch, and it just released so much. So that was my journey into yoga. It was really a personal journey. My mentor told me, she said, if you want to learn something, learn how to teach it. So I end up, instead of just going to a regular yoga class, I end up enrolling in yoga school. And even enrolling in yoga school, I still didn't have like a vision for opening a studio. And this was like 2017. So as soon as I graduated, my teacher said, hey, I have a job for you if you like. And it was teaching corporate wellness. So I was able to teach corporate wellness, accessible yoga in a corporate wellness space. So it just took on its own personality from there. At the studio, we mainly teach like therapeutic yoga. I am a
Tell us where you are, because I didn't even know you guys had a studio there.
So we're located 75 East Cherry Street. So we're in the heart of downtown on the main street of East Cherry Street.
Rahway. You hear that, Rahway people?
Yes, in Rahway, New Jersey. So that's where you can come check us out. You can follow our IG page is Arista Yoga _wellness, or you can follow us at our website to sign up for our email list, which is www.aristayoga info. Excuse me. The website is www.aristayoga.com. I'm thinking about the email.
I love it. Okay, so you have some people, because I know when I first started yoga, I didn't understand it. I thought it was just like a stretching thing. And there's so many different types of yoga. There's laughter yoga. And you were telling us about your animal flow. Can you tell us about the type of yoga you'll be doing at the event and what you do at your studio?
Yes. So the type of yoga that we're going to do is pretty much a gentle hatha yoga. So it'll be more, oh my God.
I don't know what is going on. It feels like something is like attacking me in my, I'm sorry.
It's okay. So we're going to do a gentle hatha yoga, which is more like a gentle stretch. And we'll do a guided meditation. Animal flow is actually a form of fitness. It's called quadrupedal, and it's more like a ground-based movement that we like to add into our program here at the studio. So we might give a little taste of that as well.
I love it. So for those people that are watching this and they're like, how do I get started, right? Is there something they can do at home? And well, not even that question. Ignore that question. That's a later on question. Why do you think it's important, or how do you think this is going to help children overcome their stress and anxiety and all that stuff?
Yoga is for everyone. So I guess, I don't want to say I guess, a lot of people just look at yoga and they just think that it's for adults or people in the fitness industry. But really, there's, to me, a mental health aspect. Like I said, I like to focus on the more therapeutic type of yoga, and running classes here and, doing workshop with children. I realized it was a need, even just getting phone calls. So the opportunity to work with children in the studio or go out and do a corporate wellness workshop with children just kind of like fell into my lap, and I saw the need for it. And just to get like feedback of how the kids want to be, parents say, I want my kid to be a little more calm, especially after the pandemic. It's just like the changes are different. They want them to get off their tablet. Kids are not outside like they used to be. So it's just
okay, let's talk about that right there, because my niece is always on her, she like lives here. It's like the eyes are glued. How can a parent that has a child who's addicted to video games, addicted to their phones? Like for me, I never even bought my son video games. He wanted them. Low key, we couldn't afford it. I didn't tell him that. I just said, no, you can't have it. So how can a parent get a child started in yoga at home?
Yoga at home, I would say if they're addicted to like social media or something like that, YouTube, I love to do this at home. I have a 6-year-old. So what I'll do is I'll set a timer and say, Alexa, set a timer for 25 minutes, or like even with his studies. So they can actually, if the child is on YouTube, they can just set a timer for like 5 minutes and be like, hey, I want you to do a 5-minute guided meditation, or I want you to do 5 minutes of, this type of yoga activity. So just making it fun for them, but incorporating it into their, screen time, I should say.
I love it. And I'm thinking of during COVID, I was staying with my sister because, everyone had to like go away with COVID. And my niece was probably 4 or 3. I'm not too sure. But I remember I was meditating and sitting on the floor. My legs were crossed and I had her sitting on my lap and I had her breathing Do you do any parent-child yoga things together?
Yes, we're actually going to have a donation-based event on August 31st in the studio. So I don't want to call it a mommy and me, more or less a parent and me. So everyone is welcome to come.
I love it. I love it. So I don't know if you heard. So the way I'm breaking it up now for the event, we're going to have it in 15-minute intervals. So if you're watching this at the event, I'm thinking of it like a carnival style, Neemi, where we already have over 20 different activities, and each child will go to each activity. So maybe the first 15 minutes you're doing your animal poses. The next 15 minutes you're doing yoga poses. Can you share with me, because I know Betsy introduced me to you. How do you know Betsy? Because I think you guys work together. Talk to me about that.
I met Betsy through, because she is a yoga teacher from Kane University, and I'm pretty sure I met her through Tyra. So it was just one of them organic meetings where it was like, hey, you know this person? Hey, they want to take this class. So Betsy came into the studio. She wanted to try one of our animal flow classes, and it just took on a form of friendship from there. I had a chance to work with her in the studio. We did a summer camp program for children here, a workshop. We taught them mindfulness, breathing activities, and yoga. It was just phenomenal. So Betsy, I look forward to working with her again.
Yeah, and how long have you been in Rahway?
I've been in Rahway. This will be 2 years in October. So we're gonna.
How do I not know this, girl? Like, I am a Rahway girl. I'm a yoga girl. Like, I need to get there. So if you're in the Rahway area and you've never done yoga, this is your opportunity to give it a try for free. You can go to the studio or you can come to the event September 22nd. All right, Neemi. Final question. I ask all my guests this question. If you've watched any of my episodes, you know you get to speak. And if anyone did you see Michelle speak the other night? Did you hear her speech?
I didn't see Michelle. No.
Girl, I wanted to put a section in today's episode of her speaking, but it's pouring outside. It's literally pouring. So I had some, let's just say I had some issues this morning, or I had some issues. But in her speech, she's talking about the children, how we have to, it's always about the children. But it's your moment. Everyone's listening to you. You have 1 minute to share something that's going to make an impact on the world. What are you going to say? Go.
I would love to have your child, you, in our yoga studio. Like I said, our program is more focused on therapeutic. So we focus on transformation and just giving you the tools you need to support you on your journey throughout this life. We do have new fall programs coming up. So you can text 908-264-5070. You can text the word fall to learn about our programs. We have a back to school mindfulness program for children, and we have a Rock Your Wellness for our adults, and many other programs. So we are excited to see you in Rahway at Arista Yoga Studio and Holistic Wellness Group. We're located at 75 East Cherry Street, downtown Rahway, New Jersey, and we'll be happy to see you soon.
I love it. I love it. Give us that phone number again, very slow, because my girl Renee is really good. She's going to be able to write that number down, put it in front. And you said text the word something, something. Give us that number again, please, slowly.
Fall, FALL, to 908-264-5070 to learn all of our new programs.
Beautiful. So when they text fall to that number, they're going to get information about your company, correct?
Yes. And I do have a class that's called Mirror Movement and Mindfulness. So I just want to share an affirmation real quick if I can.
Yes.
It says, my mind and body are in perfect harmony, promoting wellness. So that's the affirmation I want everybody to just take a minute, say to yourself, or if you can get in front of a mirror and just speak to yourself and say that affirmation in front of the mirror.
I love it. And that's something that I teach the children as well in the program that I'm doing is affirmations and mirror work. Mirror work is so important. Thank you so much for rolling through this morning. I'm so excited. I will be in Rahway the 21st, definitely the 22nd, because that's the event, and that week. And maybe you can come to some of the schools with me, because I've already got 3 schools in Rahway that I'm on board for, shooting for a 4th one to share the program, because in the program we're teaching children how to overcome their traumedies. Thank you so much for rolling through today.
Thank you.
Wait, before you go, we have another guest. Soraya, come on through, Soraya. We have guest number 2. I want you guys to know each other, because you can always work together in the health and wellness field. So Soraya makes candles, and I don't know if this is true, but this is what I heard, Neemi. You're going to be having some of her candles in your shop. So, She can have them a consignment there. You can sell her candles. I'll give you her information. You guys can work together. Sound like a plan?
It sounds like a plan, Soraya.
Yes, I love it.
Thank you for rolling through, Neemi. Hey, girl. Hey, how you doing today?
Hi, good morning. Good morning. How are you?
Girl, I am screaming. I am so stinking proud of you. I have seen your growth from when you had a pot. I don't know if you were in the kitchen as you were making the wax.
Yes.
How long have you been making candles?
I started making candles in 2020 during the pandemic.
Okay, so let's get it started, guys. 2020 was the makeshift for everyone in the world, all right? You either pushed through or you kind of like fell back. I said for COVID, whatever was supposed to happen, it like fast forwarded your life. For me, you know, divorce. It either you went good, you know, you got something, and for you, it was starting your own business. So, guys, this is Soraya. I remember her when she was in high school, one of the plastics. She's always been so beautiful, so loving. Her whole family is amazing. Her brother actually won a scholarship from us. We're going to be presenting her brother with the scholarship at this event, September 22nd. Soraya, tell us how you got started, why you got started with making candles.
Okay, so I love candles. I will burn candles every day. It's just my thing. Like, especially when, you know, when you're a busy mom, you work, you know, you have other life. Sometimes you just want some quiet time. Sometimes you want some serenity. So I will burn candles, and, you know, everybody uses Bath and Body Works. Anywhere you can find Walmart, Target, anywhere you can find affordable, good smelling candles, that's where I will go. So during the pandemic, I needed something to do besides my 9 to 5. And I started making candles. So when I started making candles, it was kind of therapeutic at first, just for something for me, just so I had to spend as much outside, and then I could create my own scents. But then I would start passing them out to my family and friends, and they're like, "You should sell this. Like, these are really, really good." So then I spent a year, you know, working on my craft, trying to test different waxes, different wicks, different vessels, seeing what works for me best. And I came up with Suscentials, which is a organic candle making. We hand make all of our candles right here in Rahway, New Jersey. And I love it. I just love it.
That is awesome. So I'm loving you today for two reasons. One, because you started a side hustle, a business, and who knows, that might become the whole thing. But you can also teach people that are home, and you know, I don't want to say with excuses, but people always say, "I need extra money." This is your God-given gift, right? What do you like best about it? Now, how do you pronounce it? Susicles?
No, Suscentials.
I don't know why I said Susicles. I was just thinking about musicals or something. Suscentials. How did you come up with the name?
So I was trying to think of something. Okay, so the whole brand, I wanted to be based off like home essentials. That was my initial thought. So I wanted, you know, just branching off on like, you know, what do you need for you? So I'm like, you know, everything you need is essential to your life. So then my name is Soraya. So Soraya, Suscentials, Essentials, and then boom, Suscentials. So that's how I came.
I love it. I love it. I love it. So let us know what you're going to be doing at the event. Are you actually teaching them how to make candles? Are you going to, what are some ideas you have?
So I want to try to do both. Sometimes candle making can take a little bit of time because you have to get the perfect temperatures, perfect measurements. But I would love to do a live demonstration. But I still would have some of the inventory there to also sell, so everybody can get their hands on them, smell them, and see how you like them. So I'm gonna both of them.
I love it. I love it. And I understand you make specialized custom candles, because I think I told you I created a candle that's called Divinity, and it's lavender and sage. I thought of this a few years ago, and the woman, when I was living in North Carolina, I'm no longer there. So I'm like, Soraya, can you do this? Can you make custom candles? If someone says, I want different scents together, can you do that?
Yes, I can. We'll start offering wholesale as well. So yes, if anyone wants a custom candle from any event, birthdays, weddings, parties, anniversaries, yes, we can make you a custom set.
You know what I just thought of? Because you said weddings and anniversary. Let's just say you have that couple, right? And let's just say their name is Tom and Jerry. That's like the craziest thing in the world. And they named the candle Terry. I don't know. I'm just thinking, like, they put their names together and then they came up with a scent, and then that's their particular scent. And then they could use that at their wedding or whatever. I think that is just so cool.
Yeah, we can do it. Whatever you need, we can do it for sure.
I love it. Now, from what you've heard about the event, do you think that this event would help not just your table, but the event in general, thinking of your children and your childhood. Do you think tapping into your feelings and emotions will help them? What are your thoughts on the whole idea of the event?
I feel like it will give them something to do. Sometimes when our mind is racing, sometimes you need to first take a step back and slow down. And this is the perfect way to slow down, because when candle making, it's a lot of math. So you have to kind of
Really?
pay attention. So I think whenever I'm having a bad day, baby, I will whip some candles up, because it's like my mind is off whatever I got going on up here, and I have to focus on what I'm doing. So I felt like it could be very therapeutic for them to give themselves just a few minutes of quiet time to create something of your own for yourself, and it'll be good for them.
Do you do other mindfulness stuff besides burning candles? For example, meditation, yoga, journaling. Do you do other things like that as well?
I journal, I pray a lot. I'll play gospel music, to kind of just give me the words. So sometimes you don't have the words, so I'll play some music while I'm doing it. But it's fun. Even my daughter, she helps me all the time. She comes to all the pop-up shops. She helps me stir and pour. So I think it'll be very enjoyable.
Tell us about this stirring and pouring. What is that about? Because like I told you, I remember you on Instagram. How does that work? Tell us
Yes,
how.
a little presto pot. So with candle making, it all depends on how many candles you want to make, how big is your vessel, which is what we call the glass that it's in. So you have to take the measurement from the vessel, and you have to put it in the wax melter, melt the wax until a specific temperature, depending on what type of wax you're using. Then once you get it to the perfect temperature and it's all melt down, you pour in your fragrance oil, and then you have to stir. So the stirring is just you blending the fragrance oil with the wax, so that as you burn through, you'll get an even smell to it. So that's all the pouring and the mixing. That's what that's about.
And tell us, how long do you have to, is it like 2 minutes, 20 minutes? How much time is
So
that?
they say 2 minutes. I do 3 minutes, but sometimes if I'm not paying attention, I could be stirring for 4 minutes. Now I'm upgrading to mixers, because my hands get tired.
I was going to ask about that. Like, what is
Yeah. Yeah, because sometimes I don't have time to stand there, and hey, get your shoes on, we have to go. So I just invested in the mixer so that it can just be.
I love it. I love it. And do you have a location where you're doing them? What are your 5 years from now? Where do you see yourself with this?
I definitely want to have a storefront, so that I can, offer, you can come, just like you go to Bath and Body Works, you can come to this store, you can pick up our candles. I feel like what sets our candles apart is we use organic ingredients to promote non-toxic and safety of burning, especially for your respiratory system. People don't understand sometimes when you buy candles from typical store-bought companies, that they add a lot of additives and a lot of things that can harm your respiratory system, especially if you have asthma, if you're already dealing with something internal. It can just it can exacerbate it even more. So what we do is we use natural products, so that even if you do enjoy candles, you can do it in a safer way. But I would love to have a storefront so people could just walk up and I can talk to you for a little bit, and you can pick out your scents, even come to a class, and then be on your way.
I love it. So there was the woman that I told you in North Carolina that actually made my candles. I actually met her at a pop-up event like you have been doing. And I saw your Instagram. It was so cute where you did your event. Your table looks so beautiful. If you're watching this and you have an event and you need someone, hit her up, because her table and her candles look great. So this woman, I met her at a pop-up. She was selling candles, and then I got her information. She started making my candles. Now she has her own storefront, like you mentioned. And for her, she does what you said, like, you know how you go to those paint shops for birthdays and everyone sits down and they're like making the picture that they're painting as a group? Have you ever been to one of those paint and sips?
Yes.
So she does something like that, but with the candle making. So that's something you can do in your location as well, where it's like you can have parties, candle making parties, or, for children or for adults, and then you're selling them there as well. That sounds pretty cool. How's that? What do you think of that?
Yep, it's already in the works. Already in the works.
She's like, already in the works. Already in the works. All right, Broadway, you hear that, right? We got Sue Essentials coming to you. That is pretty hot. All right, girlfriend, it is your mountaintop moment. I say this with all my guests. You have 1 minute. You get to share your word that's going to make a difference and an impact in the world. What do you say? Go.
I would say if you bet on yourself. Never doubt yourself. There's always time to grow in life. Sometimes, you may feel like, oh, I'm not ready, or this is not ready, or if it's not perfect. Sometimes you have to put yourself out there and then see the reactions that you get in whatever you do. And always never forget to stop learning. There's nothing you can stop learning about. So whatever craft you want to do or you want to take up, believe in yourself, go at it head first, and never stop learning.
I love it. I love it. I love it. If Neemi's still in the building, Renee, bring her back on stage because I have a request. I have an ask for my guest. So as you guys know, the event is September 22nd. My focus and my goal is to make a shift. Like I want the world to we feel it. So I need the support and I need the help from everyone. So I'm asking you to commit. And a commitment is something you're going to do. No ifs, no ands, no buts. To bring 10 people to the event. Can I count on you two to bring 10 people to the event that day?
You can count on that.
All righty. So when you go, make sure you share this video. We are on YouTube, we're on LinkedIn, we're on Facebook. I'm going to send you clips, tag people, tell them to sign up. Traumedy No More for Kids. You have to register because we have certain events, certain activities that you're going to need. Plus, we have gift bags. We have 120 gift bags, and the first 120 kids, that's it. And we have some cool stuff. I got Legendary Bars. That's a protein bar. I got the OK that they're going to be sending us gifts with that. I'm also going to be purchasing certain things to put in there. So make sure you spread the word out. And each enrichment activity person is giving some type of raffle prize. So I don't know if you want to give a free class, Soraya, if you want to give a candle. At the end of the event, we're going to have a raffle because it's going to be like a carnival. Everyone's going to have a card to punch. Every time they go to an activity, they're going to punch it. So when they take your class, when they talk to you, you're going to punch their card. At the end, people are going to put their cards in a bag. We're going to do drawings, and each person is going to win a prize. And at the very end, we're having I'm calling this escapade. It's kind of like a scavenger hunt, but it's 4 different teams. And each team is going to do different things like wheelbarrow, 3-legged race, pie eating contest. And then the winning team wins, woo-woo. And then after that, we're going to have a tug of war. So it's going to be a lot of fun that day. We have DJ Drewski coming in. We've got that 360 camera, foods. Then also, yes, if you know any vendors, because we need a few more vendors. I'm looking for a Mary Kay person. I need like a skincare person, all right? We don't have any skincare people. If you know any people with hair, jewelry, whatever, have them hit us up. Traumedy No More for Kids. Thank you, ladies, so much for coming through. Do you want to share anything else before we get out of here?
No, that's it. Everybody have an awesome day.
Yay! Thank you for rolling up. Thank you. All right, family and friends. Whew. Pardon me for all the scratching and itching. I don't know what's going on. I'm literally like screaming inside my head. I am so grateful. Thank you, Soraya, again. Thank you, Neemi, again. And I'm just seeing that connection there, right? And it just makes me think of when my son Jamal started his store. He was 18 years old, all right? It doesn't matter how old you are. If you're 12, if you're 13, if you're 11, you can start a business because of Amazon, because of Shopify, because of all these platforms. You can start a business, whether it's making bracelets, whether it's making hair ties. It doesn't matter. If you want extra money, get off of your butt and get started. All right. He was 18 years old and he had a dream. He had a passion. He wanted to sell sneakers. I had no idea what he was talking about. He started in your home. Most small businesses start at home. So start at home. And then he had an idea. Someone had a store in Rahway. They had a storefront. They had a clothing store. So he went to the owner. Don't be afraid to ask people. Don't be afraid to collaborate, teamwork, together. Everyone accomplishes more. That's how we're going to make change in this world, by working together. And I notice a lot of people are like crabs in a bucket. Everyone's trying to get to the top. Everyone's trying to get out, but they're pulling everyone else down. No, reach down and pull everyone up. That is my goal with this event. All of these activities, all of these people connecting together to just make the world a better place, right? This is an election year, and I am so super excited because I just feel great things. I kind of got off track. I was talking about Jamal. So he went to this business owner and said, can I put my product in your store, the sneakers? So he rented out part of the store and started with his sneakers there. Unfortunately, that business failed. In life, you're going to fail. If you are not failing, then you're really not stretching yourself. You're really not going the extra mile. You must fail if you want to succeed big. Any person in the world that succeeded really big has failed. And I remember when I had my modeling studio, on top of his sneaker store, Elite Stars. And I had to close down the business because I didn't have the right business mindset. I had the heart set. I didn't have the business set. So people would say, Miss Tina, I don't have the money to pay. It's okay. It's okay. It's okay. Well, it wasn't okay because I lost the business. And I remember the last day at the studio, and I loved this studio so much. We had purple and pink walls. Yes, purple and pink, because those were my favorite colors as a child. The top of the wall was purple. The bottom of the wall was pink. We had a trim border. We had mirrors. It was a beautiful modeling studio. If you were in Rahway, you knew Miss Tina and the modeling studio. And I remember the day it shut down. Jamal came upstairs with me. I was crying. He was crying. And he's like, it's okay, Ma, it's okay. And he was talking about Warren Buffett. And I think that's the person he said. And he said, Warren Buffett only works with people who have failed at least 7 times. And I'm going to have to Google this to make sure I'm getting this information correct. But pretty much, he doesn't work with people that have never failed. Because if you've never failed, you don't know what it feels like. You don't know what it feels like to get up after defeat. You don't know what it feels like to cry, to push through all those pains. So I'm saying this to you, if you have an idea in your head, I don't care how small it is, let it grow. Talk to people that are going to help you expand your mindset, expand your thought, right? When you say something, if someone says, oh no, you can't afford that. Oh no, you can't do that. Just put it away and talk to someone else, because we need those people that are going to stretch us. You have to do those scary, hairy things, right? I think about all the things I did this year. And I'm pulling up these things right here. This is just an impromptu thing right here. These are all the events I went to this year. The very first one isn't on here. I got to speak. It was in South Carolina. Christina Howard. That was the first event I went to. And then after that, I went to Ramon Ray's events. Wonderful, amazing events. Entrepreneurs Conference. Loved it, loved it, loved it. After that, I went to Lisa Nichols in California. Ignite. Loved it, loved it, loved it. After that, I went to RiseCon, or maybe I'm getting them out of order. I don't know. And then I went to TSP, which was my absolutely favorite out of all of them. Okay, I love yours too, Ramon, but TSP Lamar was on point. My point is, when it came time before going to these events, I mean, these were not local, okay? I am currently in Florida right now. I was in Texas. I was in North Carolina. It's been a full year. This was in Atlanta. This was in California. This was in Florida. This was in Florida. No, this was New York, New Jersey. Anyway, my point is, I got it done, right? We have to do those things that scare us. I had no idea how I was going to do it. My Jesus friend supported me. She was like, Tina, you can do this. We can do this. Just make a plan. With that being said, there's an event coming up in September. There's 2 events, my event, and then my client has an event, and I will be going. I made the decision last night. It's a Scary Harry. It's in Arizona. I'll be promoting that as well. But before we get out of here, one more event I want to promote. It's next Saturday. Soraya and Neemi, I'm giving you a special invite, and you need to be there. It's a free event. It's called Elevate Your Business. This is a summit that I'm putting together, and the focus of this summit is money mindset, because we all can use a little pushing with the money mindset, thinking a bit bigger. The book of the month, the book of the year, the book of forever is Think and Grow Rich, A Black Choice by Dr. Thinking about this all the time because this book has just changed my life. And in the book, it talks about our mindset, how we have to think bigger, how we have to, and for me, what I got out of the book most is looking at our ancestors, looking at the people before me who had nothing, who struggled and succeeded. And if they could do it, why can't I? So I want to invite you to this event. It's August 31st. It's on a Saturday. It's at 10 o'clock. It's a virtual event. I have 4 amazing speakers coming through. All of these speakers are millionaires. They've grown businesses. One of the speakers I'm super proud of, Bruce Cardenas. He was the CFO, COO of Quest protein bars. If you've ever heard of Quest, they sold it for $1 billion cash. All right. They sold that company, and then now they've created a company called Legendary Bars. All right. And we're actually having those bars at our event. He is one of the speakers at this event. He's going to share his tips of how he got from where he was, and he's from New Jersey. We also have my favorite girl, Toyin Crandell. She's coming through. She has an event in Atlanta, Georgia in October, which I'm going to as well. She is a money mindset shift. I'll be interviewing her soon. I'm just excited. There's so many things in the works, guys. Just make sure you sign up. Make sure you're there. I am Stars Tina. Tomorrow we're going to be on Breakfast with Champions, so make sure you download the app. I'm super excited about that. With that being said, thank you all for a wonderful day. Peace and a bottle of hair grease.